Hello and welcome back to our Powerade reviews. I'm Power Nate.
And I'm the Mountain.
And today we're going to be reviewing Powerade orange flavor.
Tell me a little about the orange flavor of Powerade.
So as you can see, it is a sports drink. It has the, of course, the Ion 4, the advanced electrolyte system, as it calls itself. It is orange, both in
Color and flavor.
color and flavor, yes. It's very orangey, very orangey.
It is. It's a good bright color, which I really appreciate. Because sometimes when you get these sort of orange flavored sports drinks, it's very it's too desaturated, and you really want that color.
Well, I don't know if it's just the lighting that we have in this room.
We do have some very good lighting in this room. It really helps make this Powerade pop out, I think.
Or I don't know.
You don't think?
It might also be the fact that I'm colorblind, but it's not too bright. Like this is brighter.
That is very bright, yeah.
And that's
But I think for the drink itself, I think actually the Powerade's doing pretty good.
It'll probably seem a bit different once we actually get our cups and fill up the Powerade.
Yes, of course. But I think it's doing pretty well. Obviously, I'm not colorblind, and I think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
But so what about the ingredients here? Could you tell me a little bit about what's in this drink that we're going to be consuming?
I'll run it down for you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So we have water, high fructose corn syrup, less than 0.5% of citric acid, electrolytes such as salt,
Very important.
monopotassium phosphate, magnesium, and calcium chlorides. Gum acacia. Okay, so that's different from what we've
That's a little
seen.
thickener. Yeah.
Natural flavors, glycerol ester of rosin, yellow 5 and 6, vitamins B3, B6, and B12. We're getting back to the very hard to pronounce names. Niacinamide.
Niacinamide, yes. Very
Yes.
common.
Pyridoxine, hydrochloride, and cyanocobalamine.
A very recognizable name to fans of Powerade.
Yeah. Then we have the ascorbic acid, which is to protect taste, as well as the calcium disodium EDTA, which is to protect the color. The trademark orange color.
Yes. Well, it was those. It was Red 40, I believe. There was in there.
Let me check.
Or excuse me, Yellow 40.
It was actually.
Or is it Yellow Lake?
It's yellow 5 and 6.
Huh. Excuse me. Sorry.
Which is rather interesting. There's no orange.
No. Well, there's no red. I think was what they would use. I suppose it's because it's a very concentrated yellow that it's just so yellow that it makes it look orange. I suppose.
Or maybe there's other ingredients in here that actually give it its orange.
There is also the natural flavors.
I have a feeling that the actual concentrate in here is more of a red color, and that the artificial yellow color is more so just to...
That's also possible.
To give it its trademark orange color.
Yeah.
Like before, 80 calories in here, 2.5 servings per container.
A serving, I will say, is 12 fluid ounces.
Yes, that's this in here is 28 fluid ounces.
Yeah. As
previously mentioned. Yeah.
You can sip and scan it. I did notice this before.
Yes.
So there is I believe My Coke Rewards sip and scan.
I'll show the camera. I don't know if it's gonna focus in on it.
No, I'm not sure. I can't see very much.
Yeah, I think it's got it. I think it's got it.
Okay, that's good. There's also a barcode. I can't read the barcode. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but there is in fact a barcode here, which is...
There's also a QR code.
This is true.
I'll show you the QR code.
This is a new... I think this is a new invention of the Coca-Cola company.
Now, I believe what this QR code is it's for something called Smart Label.
Okay.
And it says to scan here for more food information. So this would probably go a bit more in depth.
Perhaps if it contains any phenylalanine, I believe. Phenylalkylates, yes.
Yes, that would probably just lists more detail as to what the nutritional facts are. Obviously, they can't print every single,
chemical component.
Every chemical component that goes into creating this miraculous drink.
I mean, it doesn't even. I don't even know if it says if there's any fat in the Powerade. Not that I assume there's any.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. So you'd have to really check online for that one.
Well, actually, hold on. It says not a significant source of saturated fat,
Oh, okay.
trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin D, calcium, and iron.
It's interesting that it says it's not a significant portion for calcium, despite having some calcium in it. That's actually very interesting. I never considered that before. There is, I believe, calcium phosphate was one of the...
It was calcium disodium EDTA.
Okay, yes.
And it also has calcium chlorides in it.
Yes.
So there is a fair bit of calcium in here.
There's some calcium, but I guess it's less than 5%. So
all of that is in the less than 0.5%.
So it's probably not a significant portion, I would say, if you're really looking at your calcium intake.
Mm-hmm.
I think Powerade should be fine for you.
So, with all of this out of the way, I'd say it's time to
let's
crack it open.
Yeah, let's have
Let me just get your cups real quick.
Yes, thank you.
I forgot to set these up beforehand.
That's fine.
But this is Powerade.
Yes.
Pour it for you.
Yes, but
Got it just
actually,
real quick.
Let's get a nice shot.
I can take that
Okay.
from you.
Smells like a shot.
I can smell it. It has a very...
It smells orange.
It does smell very orange, and it is significantly more clear than some of the other Powerades.
Yeah, I mean, we had tried the, I believe it's Fruit Punch was the flavor.
Yes, Fruit Punch.
And I gotta say, that one, you really couldn't see the bottom until sort of the last moments of it, but here, I don't even know if that shows up on camera, but I can actually kind of see a little bit even underneath, which is very interesting. Certainly far less cloudy, very translucent.
It smells almost like Jello in a way.
It does. It has the same smell as orange Jello. Very citrusy, very.
Which is, I think it might be the
natural flavors. I believe it would.
Or
be.
maybe it's the. I have a feeling it might be the gum, or like maybe it's the gum acacia or the glycerol ester of rosin. Because I don't know. I think those are in gelatin. Like or not gelatin necessarily,
Jell-O.
but the Jello, yes.
We're not sponsored by Jello, of course.
Yeah, but
yeah.
With that out of the way.
Yeah, it's cheers.
Cheers. I'm seeing still a bit of the swirls that I mentioned in our last Powerade review.
It does have the signature Powerade swirls. I'm not getting as much of it, but
I think that has to do with how translucent it is.
I think
because as previously mentioned, this is a lot more translucent.
Yes, I'm
than
not sure
our
if you
previous.
can see necessarily.
Yes, it might show up as.
It shows up a little bit.
It shows up a little bit. You can see my hand.
Obviously, we can't really capture the true sort of visual power of Powerade on a camera, especially not a phone, but we're trying our best.
So, what are your initial thoughts on the Powerade?
I will say this one has more of a flavor, I think, than the Fruit Punch. I think there's more of the flavor that is there. It is more present in the drink, in the mix. But I will say it's very sour. It's like it's kind of getting my cheeks a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I sort of thought the same thing when I was drinking it. It has it is a lot more flavorful than the previous Powerade which we tried, the Fruit Punch.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily a good flavor to be as strong as it is.
Yeah.
It has. Let me just take one more sip real quick.
Of course. You can take time to compose your thoughts, I will say.
It has this weird sort of, it's almost like a bitter tart taste to it. Like I guess oranges kind of do have that taste naturally, but that's not necessary. It doesn't translate well into a sort of drink. Like when you think of orange drinks, at least with the sort of, when you're thinking of orange flavored sodas, other
High
drinks.
C, Orange Lava Burst, Sunny D.
Drinks along those lines.
Right.
They tend to be very sweet.
Yeah. I think usually the thing is they're trying to sort of edge out the citric sort of taste.
Yeah, the sort of citric tartness that comes with oranges.
And I will say there is, I believe it is orange tangerine is another flavor that the Powerade brand is served under. So
Really?
Yes. So I believe actually that would probably be more of that kind of like Sunny D, kind of slightly sweet angle on this, whereas I think this is more of like the lemon lime sort of sour tartness side of citric fruits.
I mean, there are some orange drinks that do have that sort of bitterness. Like, take just natural orange juice, for instance.
This is true, yes. And actual oranges, to be fair,
Yeah,
are fairly tart.
They do have the sort of natural tartness of an orange. But I mean, I think for a drink, but orange juice sort of prides itself on being a very natural drink, so it makes sense for it to have this sort of natural flavoring. And while the Powerade bottle, I'm looking at it now, it does advertise it's orange flavored with other natural flavors.
It's true.
I just don't think that sort of natural orange taste translates well into a drink such as Powerade.
No. What do you think? Now here's a question, Powerade. What do you think the other natural flavors might be? I'm thinking there might be some lemon in there.
I don't know, because it doesn't. Reading the ingredients label, it doesn't actually mention. It just says.
It does just say natural flavors, which is very interesting.
It just mentions natural flavors, so we don't know exactly what the natural flavors are in here.
No, it's maybe perhaps grapefruit. Perhaps would add a little bit of that tartness.
Yeah,
It is a citrus. It is a citrus fruit. It is in the same family. I'm not a botanist, but I do know these things. Yeah, I'm just not sure, and I'm sure there are some, other factors sort of adding to this, but I'm not sure. I'm not particularly infatuated with this.
Neither am I, personally. I keep going back to drinking.
Yeah,
it's just sort
you're
of...
enjoying yourself drinking this, I will say. You've had more than me.
I have. But I think it's just to sort of keep my thoughts fresh on why... It also, I don't know, it kind of gives my mouth a certain numbness.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the cheeks. It was kind of like, it's not biting, but there is a sort of tingle sort of in the cheek area that I find. And I will say also, it is a sports drink. It is meant to be drank during sporting events.
Yes, and we are not currently at a sporting event, nor are we competing.
I will say, I feel like the tartness would kind of detract from the sort of hydration effect that you would get during a game. If you're kind of just like, you need something quick, you need something to get you in the game, so you grab a near bottle of Powerade, and if you're getting orange, you're like, what is this? It's so tart. You're going to be thinking about the tartness more than the hydration. It's really going to take you out of it, I feel like. And I feel like that's not something that the Coca-Cola company should be striving for with Powerade, frankly.
Yeah. So just to quickly sum up all of our thoughts on this, what would you rate this out of 9?
I think out of 9, it pains me to say, but I think it's got to be a 4 out of 9.
I agree with that, actually. I think it's kind of just a very disappointing drink in a way.
Yeah, I drink
the taste is somewhat there, but overall it's just the
tartness. There are other orange drinks. For example, the Italian soda aranciata is also very tart and sour. But with that, I get why it's sour. Here, I feel like it really should be sweeter.
Yeah. Because just take, for instance, some of the other Powerade flavors that are on the market. They tend to be a lot sweeter than this.
It's true.
And I don't know.
I'm just slightly disappointed, I think, by this showing. I feel like there are much better flavors in the Powerade canon. It frankly deserve better screen time than this. Yeah, I don't know how much to say else about it. I think
it's just kind of... it's just kind of there. There's not too much special about it.
If you like orange, if you like your sour drinks, you're going to love this. If you're kind of more of a casual Powerade fan, you might be okay with it. But if you're more of a diehard Powerade fan, there's better options.
Yeah.
I would stay clear to your favorites, perhaps more so than this. But
so yeah.
Yeah, that's about as much.
That's about it for this Powerade review of the Powerade orange flavor. Thank you for watching, and stay cool, Poweraders.
Farewell.